Hello, everyone. This is Pharaoh Vincent with Nation 506 and 817. Coming to you guys with a video from my 817 city. And I thought of an interesting concept for a video just because I realize the city's a bit of an anomaly. Um, I haven't started a lot in different nations, but I wanted to test something when I was first making a city, and that was how far can I get before I really need farms, right? I do have a single C13 farm in this nation that, I'm currently mainly using just so that I can help expand Alliance farm territory and, try to make sure that I'm helping, get a lot of those things. I actually haven't looted a lot. Um, and the reason I haven't looted a lot is I haven't really needed to, right? So let's talk about that though. Um, Currently, my city is C20. This nation's been around. I didn't get the exact date, or nor did I write it down, but it's been around for, I don't know, approximately what I've been in CEO for 14 days. Actually, I got an easier way to know. How many days are we on this pack? 2 more. So, I think I left like 1 or 2 laps. So we're looking at about 32, 33 days, something like that. And currently I'm C20. So how did I get here? Let's talk about this, because when we start to look at the achievements, specifically under looter, you guys can see currently I've looted about 31 million resources. And that's not a lot. Anyone who knows looter, you can actually get quite a bit from looting cities. And especially when you're in a #1 alliance like I am, where there's a lot of attacks that go on every single day, right? Like everyone attacks a lot, right? I'm looking at 168 siege victories, a few defenses, but those don't give resources, right? So when you're looking at 168 attacks on a city, right, siege victories, or when you're looking at under growth quests, specifically the conquer a city, however many times, in my case, 83 times, right? I haven't attacked a lot of cities. For that reason, I haven't looted a lot of resources. So how am I getting resources to get to C20? And it really comes into a few different factors. First off, I am gathering pretty decently, right? Like I'm looking at 41.6 million oil, because I've been really hardcore on oil. A lot less food, although I am starting to gather more because I need to. Steel's been doing pretty good too. So I've been getting those, right? Obviously, you have your passive resource generation that you can get up here at the top. And, my resource buildings are like, they're decently leveled. I mean, they're not like amazingly leveled, but they're decently leveled. And I've started to gather up my minerals for the next push. But those aren't how I've been gathering resources. The biggest thing that I've been doing on this city since day 1 is attacking zombies. And you guys can see here it's 1,247 zombies in, let's say, conservatively 35 days. That's a lot of zombies. I don't want to do math. I didn't do it ahead of time because I didn't see a point to, but it's a lot of zombies. And to kind of give you guys an idea of what I'm talking about, if you're just killing level 20 zombies every single day, and I believe, because I did this math a while back, and forgive me if I'm a little bit off, but if you're getting like 25% resources, meaning 25% food, 25% oil, 25% steel, 25% minerals, on level 20 zombies, you're looking at like 400,000 food a day just in zombie packs. And that's on a level 20 zombie. I'm killing 26s. And believe me when I say it adds up. and I'm also killing a lot more than 20. Um, the point about averaging is most of what I have used for resources. I mean, you can see my food's real low by comparison, but most of what I've gained from resources are from these little 3K packs. And in fact, you can see here I have 12.5 million just chilling for oil still, and that was after getting C20, right? I'm looking at 1.6 million steel right now, and again, I just used a bunch to get to C20. When I eventually get to minerals, right? That's 1.6 million minerals. That's a lot of minerals for a low level city. I mean, I have more than enough to get to C21, and probably even beyond that, because 1.6 plus all the other stuff. I mean, I'm going to get quite a bit, and I'm gathering, right? So I wanted to talk about like what that method looks like. And for me, it really boils down to maximizing your fleets, right? So right now I have my zombie kill fleet. Sorry. I have my zombie kill fleet chilling in this mineral mine. And so when I get up to 100 fuel, right up here, my mobility, when I get up to 100 or really close to, I don't actually ever let it hit 100. But when I get close to 100, I go in and I will attack zombies until I'm pretty much out of fuel. At that point, I will make sure that I keep track of where I send that specific fleet, because while I'm killing zombies, right, and we'll start pulling this guy back just so we can show it, but while I'm killing zombies, I'll have my other three fleets gathering the whole time. Because every minute you waste on those kinds of things it throws off your gathering game, and being able to gather, being able to get those resources at all times really is what's prevented me from ever having to loot. So to get into a little bit about fuel maximization, and I've got a couple videos on the basics and on that, but I wanted to show it specifically for this city. Currently, it's all about that commander skill setup that I love. So for me personally, I go down in war to recall all. I like this skill. It is not required, but I do like to have it, because really it's 3 times a day, depending on how much you need to use it. But 3 times a day you can get all your troops back. It gives you a nice clean reset for zombie kills, right? Gives you a nice clean reset for a lot of things that you do. And I stop there. I can go further. I could easily get down into the second set of long range, get a bunch more attack, but I'm not fighting. I'm not looting cities. I don't really need it. I'm focusing on development. I will absolutely switch these commander skills out for full war if I ever need to, but right now I don't. So what does it look like for the rest of them then? So after I get to recall all, the goal is to drop into development. And I always prioritize oil, just because your garage and your wall use oil and no food. So every time you gain a city level, you need more oil than you do any other resource, or specifically food, right? So between that 50-50, you do need more oil than food. Although I am very low on food, so I might consider switching that down the road. Probably won't, but I might. You never know. And then you kind of come down in here to get to mobility. So this mobility percentage, and I talked about it in a lot of my other videos, so I'm just going to touch on it. Getting these 2 mobility skills, and I've only got one of the 2 maxed out so far, but getting down to these 2 mobility skills is very huge, because just between these and some academy research, you can drop your mobility percentage down to 1/150. And that 1/150, or basically 1 fuel every 2.5 minutes. God, I hope I got my math right there. 150. That's not quite. No, it is. Okay. Yeah. 1/150 is, 1 fuel every 2.5 minutes. And that's a very good thing, right? Like that's, some 25 fuel an hour or something like that. So as long as you're logging in once every 4 hours, you're going to get a lot of resources. And then, of course, mobility recovery, this 50 once a day is nice. It's an extra 5 zombies. So again, just to talk briefly about the mobility, um, it also helps obviously with commander EXP. And the other thing that mobility gives you is officer EXP, right? So in all of my videos, I say kill more zombies. And a lot of people feel like I might drive them crazy with this, but seriously, kill more zombies. If you're not fighting, if you're not in a war, if you're not actively battling people, there's no point in being in war. If you're not constantly fighting, there's no point to it. Now, I'm going to give you my caveat here. If you're always fighting cities and always looting, it is faster to loot than it is to do what I'm doing. Like, this is great resources, but I mean, looting is technically better. So take it or leave it. If I were more aggressive and fighting a lot more, I could have a lot more resources and have used a lot less packs. So I still recommend, if you don't need the power, chill this way. Like if you're attacking with big groups and things like that, there's no point in having a ton of long range and a ton of extra stats. You might as well just enjoy the benefits of the extra mobility. So let's get into it, right? So as you can see, I've already kind of got the setup here, and I'm going to keep it that way. But a lot of what this boils down to is, switching into my actual officers, right? Because I have these two set up right now for extra mobility. Again, I love the mobility. Watch my other videos. I'm just going to plug those and we're going to move on. I have a ton of videos on mobility percentage at this point. But this right here is how I have gotten to C20 without ever actually needing to hit my farm. And I have yet to actually hit my farm at all. So spoiler alert, guys. I've done all this, like the 30 something million I've gotten is just attacking with a team. So all of the rest of the resources I've gained has all been from zombies. And that's just what this looks like, right? I will say from a optimization standpoint, you may want to consider not killing zombies that give you as much wounded as mine do. Like I'm being neurotic about this, but 169 wounded every single time is a lot more resources than I care to spend to get the packs right. Like I could probably kill lower level zombies and gain more resources, but I like to kill the higher level ones because of the higher base commander EXP. And I don't know if it's true, but I feel like I get better rewards from higher level zombies. I'm assuming that that's true, just because, it is true for like ruins. It's true for pretty much everything else in the game. The higher level you go, the more you get out of it. But like being able to do this, very quickly every single day is just amazing. And it only takes, an hour a day. Yeah, I know that's a lot of commitment, right? Because every single attack, every single heal, it just takes a lot of time. And, as you can see, right, like 2.7 thousand food every single time I hit a zombie, 3.4K oil, right? 283 steel, woo, and no minerals currently. That's every time I hit a zombie. So every single time I'll have that much. That's basically, using up, about 4 packs every single time I hit a zombie. Whereas, I'm just going to use the speed up for the sake of the video. If I wanted to do something like, let's say a 21, right? Because it's not, hang on, 3 packs or 4. So let's go down 4 levels. Let's just do, let's see here, 26 to a 22. So if I did the exact same fleet on a 22, right? If we did the exact same thing to this 22, who is a minute away, the amount of resources is going to be significantly less, right? And for the packs that I'm spending, right? How much less is it? You know, being able to save yourself from having to spend like a 3,000 pack is kind of important. So just keep that in mind. I don't. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't think this is one of those things where I can give you an answer that is a one size fits all answer. But I will say, you know, my probably phrase that I'm the most famous for: kill more zombies. If you guys are having a hard time leveling, kill more zombies. If you're really lacking on officer power, kill more zombies. If you are wanting to get better equipment, kill more zombies. Um, if you are just bored and want to get your city level up, kill more zombies. I clicked through that too quick, but you can see here 55 seconds of healing is practically nothing, and 45 wounded is significantly less. So, like, it's so important to kill more zombies. And that is the point of this video, is how have I gotten to C20, right? Only looting, you know, less than 40 million resources, and not spending any money. I want to be specific. I have not spent a single dollar on resources. That's how we can do this. Although, okay, hang on. I'm gonna fight my own point. This shouldn't be understated. The amount I bought this day one on my city, so I did purchase that day one on my city, and I have the second set up just so that I can get through all of these buildings without spending an arm and a leg. That is a huge help too. So don't get me wrong, not having to spend resources on all these little buildings is huge. So take that with a grain of salt too. There is $1 spent there, right? It's the monthly card, and the those do add up. So I was able to do that. I will say, without the monthly card, you can still do this method. It doesn't negate anything. You don't have to spend money to kill zombies, and that's the key element. I've also never burned fuel, by the way. I think I get that question more often than I care to admit. But I've not actually spent a single fuel can on this city so far. I am saving it for the first zombie kill day. So spoiler alert, guys, that 1200 and what, probably 1250 now at this point. Sorry, I'm being really particular. Yeah, 1250. So that 1250 zombies is all natural fuel generation. So you can do it. It is absolutely possible. I do recommend it because the more you get, the faster you grow. The kind of closing out the video, though, I will say that this method worked to get me to C20. It's slowing down, and I was expecting it to. I briefly mentioned this point, and I thought about making a whole video on this, and I think I'll just tie it into this one at the very end. I wanted to know the question, which was, how far can I get without actually having to hit a farm? And I think I've pretty much gotten there. C20 with the benefit pack and the card, I think, is pretty close to where I would say is where you can get without having a farm. I will be getting my farm up to C20 soon. It takes time, right? But I will be getting that farm up to C20. I imagine I can probably get to C21, but it's going to be slow. C22, right? Somewhere in there. By the time I get there, my other farm account will probably be a C20. And again, using this exact same method, right? When I get to the C20 mark, I'm going to start actually looting that farm for minerals and all the other stuff. Spoiler alert, I think, you know, if you're active, if you want to be as lazy as possible with farms, because I don't know if you're like me and you hate them, you can get really far without ever actually spending. But I feel like once you hit to C22, C24, somewhere in there, you're looking at, 30 to 40 days just to get enough resources to go up to the next level with killing just zombies. With gathering and stuff like that, you might be able to tone it down, but really you're going to need to start looting through your 20s. So, anyways, that's kind of the whole crux of the video. I'm going to cut things off here. As always, I appreciate you guys, watching my content. I appreciate all the comments I've been getting lately. Sorry if it takes me a little bit to get to them. And again, I've got a better system now for the replies, but if it takes me a little bit, apologies in advance. If you guys have any recommendations, feel free to hit me up on, the comment section's kind of a great spot to start. And as always, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day.